Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Actually, what time is it? It's actually 3 p.m. I completely lost track of time. I usually lose track of time over the weekend following all the Americans abroad. I've watched way, way, way too much soccer today already. And then now we have the main event, which is not Camp Cupcake. Christian Pulisic's playing right now against Udinese in the Serie A. That's the game I'm watching. I'm obviously going to have the U.S. men's national team Camp Cupcake game on that starts in roughly 15 minutes. But obviously, we're watching Christian Pulisic play. That's far more exciting. What's funny to me is before I went live, and in the chat right there, Gabriel Monte is asking, not Gabriel, Carlos Membrano is asking, anyone watching Milan? I'm watching Milan. I'm watching Milan. I'm probably going to mainly be watching Milan, and I'll have Camp Cupcake here on the side because I don't think Camp Cupcake is really relevant. When you watch the names, there's honestly, at this starting 11, there's only two players that are relevant to me. It's Patrick Scholt, the goalkeeper, and Diego Luna. Everyone else to me, I don't really care much about in regards to U.S. men's national team. And Robert's saying, so this is a dual watch along. It is Milan and Camp Cupcake. Milan and Camp Cupcake. But this is the lineup we put out. I'm not sure about the positions. It could be Dejuan Jones on the left back and Shaq Moore on the right back, and then maybe Aiden Morris is playing as a center back with Miles Robinson. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see what's the actual lineup. Um, I don't know. It could be that Aiden Morris just drops as a center back, and I'm pretty sure Dejuan Jones is on the left and Shaq Moore is on the right. Footmop doesn't know. Now, in regards to Slovenia, who are these players? It beats the living crap out of me. I don't know who are these players. They're saying no Kate Cowell. Well, Kate Cowell left camp because Kate Cowell went to Chivas Guadalajara. He left camp to close the transfer deal, and I'm pretty sure he didn't come back. Cade is in Mexico right now. But as we go on, we'll keep talking here about the Milan game and the obviously the Camp Cupcake. The Milan game is roughly 7 minutes in. Not much has happened for Milan so far. Decent game. What's funny, but uh, where I was getting with this is the following. Before I turned on the stream, I was watching the pregame at what the heck's the channel it's on? Is it Fox? TNT? I think it's TNT. And I was watching the pregame, and I honestly can't really stand the coverage of soccer in this country anymore. I just can't do it. I have to mute it. I can't watch it. I guess the least worst one is CBS. I don't think CBS does a terrible job by any means. But at the same time, CBS had a bit of a rough weekend here. We talked about this on Twitter how their Asian Cup coverage, they just put a bunch of guys that have no idea what they were talking about, which I don't know what I'm talking about if I'm talking about the Asian Cup, but I'm not going to try to talk about it. I don't know jack crap about it. I don't know shit about it, so I'm not going to talk about it. But they put these people to talk about it, and they don't know anything. And then you had Jesse Marsh, a U.S. men's national team uh, coach candidate, one of the best American coaches in the world right now, for whatever that's worth. He is probably top 10. And then also analyst for CBS with a podcast that fucking covers the U.S. men's national team. And then Jesse Marsh called Yunus Musa Yusuf Musa a few times. Look, make a mistake of pronunciation. Look at myself. I'm the king of mispronouncing German names and French names, even though I'm the Frenchiest French guy you ever see on YouTube. No, I'm not French at all. But you are a U.S. men's national team analyst, coaching candidate. And I know this doesn't change how much you know about the game, but Yunus Musa started for us in the World Cup. Yunus Musa has been around for what, 2-3 years? No, 3 years. 3 years. Uh, Mispronouncing it is one thing. Yusuf a few times, but you know what was worse? And I'll take this out. You know what was worse? When I was watching that, I was like, Jesse probably shouldn't have done that. That's not a good look. But then Jimmy Conrad and Charlie Davies are just looking at him and just like, why don't you guys just correct him? Like, Jesse, look, I'm sorry, it's not Yusuf, it's Eunice. It's not disrespectful to do that. There's many times where me and Pete will interrupt each other. It's like, no, this is how you say it, or if we do know, or correct each other on any mistakes, and they just kind of let Jesse go by with it. I understand this might be media training, where in media training, I guess you can't really interrupt. I don't know, man. I'm not media trained. I never plan on being media trained. So I just think the coverage is awful. But going back to what I was saying, CBS is definitely probably the best one in the United States. But right now on TNT or whatever the heck channel this game is on, they were literally spending just 10, 15 minutes trying to hype this camp, trying to draw any value to it, where I'm just going to be honest here. None of this camp is worth hyping. None of this is worth it. If anything, this does more damage to the U.S. men's national team than it benefits it. I've talked about this extensively. If this was a U23 camp preparing for the Olympics, I would see a ton of value on it. But what value does this camp bring? Let's go through the lineup. Patrick Schultz, the goalkeeper. Are we going to learn more about him with the U.S. men's national team? Probably not, but I guess you do bring Patrick Schultz a little bit in what a national team camp environment is. But then I ask you, would he not get the same experience if this was a U23 camp? He would. Then you got Dejuan Jones, Shaq Moore, and Miles Robinson. They're all veterans, and I don't think we're going to learn anything from them in a match against Slovenia's domestic league players. And Christian Pulisic, with a good play right there, gets blocked. And that's a corner for Milan. The veterans there. And then even the young guys. Let me just see. Pulisic blows by his defender, goes on a 50-50, loses the ball, but gets a corner kick for AC Milan here, Christian Pulisic. All these other guys, what are we really going to learn when they're facing such mediocre competition? Oh, they're gaining experience in the national team camp. Yeah, they would gain the same freaking experience if you put a U23 camp of being in a national team camp, which is different from being in a club environment or a team environment. They were with the same players for a full year. You can't hype anything from this camp. That's my overall point. Sure, look, if you want to just sit back, get a glass of whiskey or drink some beer, enjoy some United States soccer playing Slovenia, whatever teams eat, that's fine. And I mean, I'm going to watch this game. I'm going to be fine. I enjoy any type of soccer matches. But to say this is worth anything, this camp is pretty much just it's a bunch of MLS players disguised as U.S. men's national team players. I think that's the way to put it. It's a promotional MLS match. It doesn't really promote MLS. I do appreciate the fact that they're playing in San Antonio. I think we should have played some games there. The problem is it's a small stadium, 8,000 seater, but for Camp Cupcake, it's fine. That was a smart move. But overall, again, not worth hyping. Nothing there. Like even Diego Luna, that's a player I'm excited for in this camp. But what are we going to learn from Diego Luna playing against Slovenia's domestic league players? We learned more from Luna by him playing MLS, and hopefully Diego's in Europe very soon, a good league. But we're going to watch the game, enjoy. We're going to watch your Christian Pulisic in Milan. So far, they're tying Udinese 0-0. Not much has happened in the match for 13 minutes in. I'm hoping, look, and before we continue, a quick word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy, which, listen, I need Christian Pulisic to get a goal or an assist because for this weekend's picks, I picked Pulisic to get a goal or an assist. I also picked Lukaku to get a goal and assist, and Romelu Lukaku already got a goal. So now I need Christian Pulisic to get a goal and assist. But before we continue, a quick word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. I'll be back in a minute. While you listen to me mumble, hit the like button. Oh, and the link for Underdog's on the description in case you want to play. But I already picked Pulisic to get a goal and assist. Quick word from our sponsor. I'll be back. And thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring Tactical Manager TV. Underdog Fantasy is a fun game to play prior to any soccer match, or basketball, or football as well. But we don't talk about those two in Tactical Manager TV. Sometimes basketball during live watch-alongs. I have been playing Underdog Fantasy for over a year now. You can download the app by using the link on the description of this video, and you can also use the promo code TMTV. And Underdog will be matching your first deposit for up to $100. And in the process, you'll be helping the channel avoid bankruptcy. The game I mainly play is called Pick'em. You just click on it, scroll to the soccer section, and pick a player for a specific match and select the stats that you believe will be lower or higher. It's very easy to play, but be smart about your picks because it's not easy to win. I'll be playing some Underdog Fantasy during some match live streams or match live watch-alongs, so stay tuned for that as I will be forced to cheer for for a player or root against him. Now, I am a professional hater, so I'll probably be rooting for the player's downfall. Once again, don't forget to use the promo code TMTV and use the link on the description of this video. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring the channel. And I'm back. So again, one of my picks already worked. It was Lukaku getting a goal and assist. The other one is Christian Pulisic getting a goal or an assist, a goal contribution. And here comes Milan. Giroud, there can be a goal. That was close. Almost a 1-0 here for AC Milan. If Olivier Giroud gets a corner. Nice save by Okoye, the goalkeeper from Udinese. Nice save. Pulisic was driving inside from the right flank. Christian Pulisic's playing as a right winger today for Milan. Oh, what a beautiful save. And the U.S. men's national team and Slovenia are walking into the field here in San Antonio, Texas. By the way, beautiful city. I've been to San Antonio a few times post-pandemic. I think it was I've been there in 2020. I've been there in 2021. I might have been in San Antonio in 2022 as well. Yeah, I think I did. The Riverwalk is beautiful. Great city, great food. If you're from San Antonio, congratulations. Ben is saying, speaking of save, let's talk about how bad Matt Turner is. I don't think Matt Turner is bad. The only issue is the more he plays in the Premier League, which is the highest level of soccer in the world currently, the more the late development he has gets exposed. And that's what's happening with Turner this season. The more he plays, the more he gets exposed. I don't think he's bad. And if he goes to like a Major League Soccer or Eredivisie, maybe even the Bundesliga, more of like just working as a shot stopper, a lot of it can work. But again, I think I'm going to have a video with Hurt Gomez. We're going to debate this. I think the U.S. men's national team is at the lowest moment when it comes to goalkeepers from what I lived to see. Obviously, I'm not super old, so I'm not going to go too back in time. But Hurt Gomez is a little bit older than me. Okay, quite a bit older. But Hurt will give his take on it too. But during my lifetime, it's probably one of the worst we've seen. Even though I've seen us play freaking Brad Guzan on goal in the 2018 cycle, Turner's definitely better than Brad Guzan. But, I mean, we've had Friedel too. We've had Tim Howard. And again, it's not the same. It's not the same. Usually the United States would be very good when it comes to goalkeepers. Are we playing the Star Spangled Banner now? Let me see. Let me hear it. Oh, say, can you see early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming. I'm a terrible singer. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. I don't know where she is because I muted it. I'm afraid of getting copyright strike from it, from the national anthem. I got a copyright strike once from the national anthem. Or the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming. Copyright strike. Ooh, saved again. AC Milan almost got the lead here once again. Ball delivered, Giroud. Oh, if he hit that with a bit more power. Queen Adder saying, isn't Chelsea's new goalkeeper Petrovic playing? Yes, he is. He's been playing for Chelsea. Which gives me hope that Slonina might play for Chelsea someday. Even though, to be fair, I'm pretty sure he's been doing fine for Chelsea. Let me see here. And Matt is saying, no, Tack, you're right. I'm older than Herc. And going all the way back to Tony Meola, we've never been this weak. Yeah, I didn't really get to watch Tony Meola. I was born in the mid-90s. So, again, from what I've seen, this is the worst I've seen as a goalkeeper. Besides that little period we played Brad Guzan. Spartano is saying, aloha, Tack, mahalo for watching Berhalter ball so I don't have to. Hey, how you doing, man? Some Hawaiian right there. Definitely from Hawaii. I miss Hawaii. I was there in Hawaii during the summer of 2023. I kind of want to live there. Beautiful place. Wonderful place. Let's see. Jeff, Sesty Jeff is here. Tack, you have beautiful green eyes. Guys, look, I don't think people understood it. I don't have green eyes. I have brown eyes. The joke in the video was when I said green eyes was that I was lying. So I'm pretty sure people got that. I don't have green eyes. I actually don't know many people that have green eyes these days. Are they going extinct? Like the people that have green eyes? You see a lot of people with blue eyes. Blue eyes. Blah, blah. How about Dallas Arlington having the World Cup final? Zesty Jeff. I'm fine with it. People were complaining about. This is an interesting one. This is an interesting one because I saw people complain. Some people didn't like that they picked the Dallas because of political reasons. And sure, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think that has anything to do with the selection of where the final of the World Cup will be played, considering we just played a World Cup in Qatar and the previous one was in Russia. So if we're going to get into politics, there's a lot more to dive into, and I'm not going into that. So then the other argument they had against Dallas was simply the fact that Dallas has bad or none public transportation. And look, I didn't go to the World Cup in Russia, and I didn't go to it in South Africa. I didn't go to it in Germany, even though I heard Europe has great public transportation. But I did go to the World Cup in Brazil in 2014. Yes, I traveled to Brazil because, again, I know Brazil fairly well. I grew up there. So in 2014, I got a plane from New York and went to Brazil to go watch the World Cup. I don't know how many of you have been to Brazil, and Brazil does have public transportation, and it has improved quite a bit. At least in Rio de Janeiro, it has improved quite a bit, but it's shit. Before the during the 2014 World Cup, it was big time shit. It's horrible. So to my point, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't really matter. First of all, Dallas, the stadium in Dallas, it has AC. It's going to be perfect temperature for the players. It's not going to be turf. They're going to use grass. Another thing, people talk about public transportation. Listen, the tickets are going to be ultra expensive. The people that are going to be attending the game, and look, I'm all for making things affordable, but let's be honest, a World Cup final in the United States is not going to be affordable. It's going to be extremely expensive. We all know that. And the game just started against Slovenia. So the people that are going to go attend the game, they can rent a car, they can afford an Uber, they can probably afford their own personal driver. They'll be fine. You can just Uber to the game. You can just Uber to the game. Those people specifically. If you told me to make it affordable, I would love to make the World Cup final as affordable as possible and accessible to every single person in this country. But we know that's not going to be the case. We know the tickets are probably going to be over $1,000. We know it's going to be ultra expensive. It's going to be an elitist match, and that's how it is. So it doesn't really matter. The whole public transportation argument is just plain stupid. What's happening is most people are pissed off for political reasons that it's going to be played in Dallas, and that's it. That's it. So again, I'm fine with it being in Dallas. Personally, I thought the World Cup final should be in the Azteca. The opening should be in the United States and then close it in Mexico. But they're considering this an American World Cup in the United States of America, so they're putting the final in the United States of America, which obviously the city they chose was obviously Dallas. And then they talk about obviously MetLife was another option, and MetLife is a far inferior stadium when compared to the AT&T Stadium in Dallas, and it's also far inferior when compared to the stadium in LA, the SoFi Stadium, that is still a question mark whether it will be in the World Cup or not. So again, it was the right decision at the end of the day. Let me see here if I didn't miss anything. And everyone, if you just arrived, make sure to hit the like button there. Queen Nandra saying Slovenia is a dead team. I remember they were good in the 2010 World Cup. Yes, and this is not even the best players from Slovenia, as far as I'm concerned. Slovenia, whatever. This is probably their domestic league because their best players that play in any of the top 5 leagues, they're active and the players wouldn't be released. So they're not even sending their best here. So if you think they're bad, this is not even. Oh, and Udinese almost scored here. Cleared by Adli. And then Christian Pulisic might try to connect the counterattack. Pulisic. Oh, bad delivery here from Christian Pulisic, and Udinese still attack. And Camp Cupcake already started, by the way. The United States is in possession. And from what I'm seeing here, and let me try to figure out the formation. It looks like we're playing. What is this? Why is Luna so deep on the left? I'm going to try to figure out what formation Berhalter is actually using here against Slovenia. It's definitely not the foot mob one. Diego Tillman more central. Shaq Moore's on the right. And then who is there? Um, it looks like Sean Zadwowski is playing center back. Zadwowski's playing center back. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Atencio with the cross. Yeah, so he put Miles Robinson and Zadwowski at the center back. Not that that matters. And Rafael Leão, they're trying to break through the net. Still 0-0 for Milan here, and still 0-0 in Camp Cupcake. So Dejuan Jones is playing as a left back. Oh, Aiden Morris, what a terrible. Oh boy. I'm really gonna try to watch this game and see if we can get anything out of it. But here we are. Also, if we're gonna do Camp Cupcake, why don't we bring the best Americans in MLS? Because if you're gonna play Sean Zadwowski as a center back, I would prefer to just have Walker Zimmerman there. I mean, why wouldn't we just have Walker Zimmerman there, right? I don't know. I just don't get it. And then you don't have Walker Zimmerman. And then when you play up top, Berhalter puts Brian White up top. And you all know I'm not a big fan of Jesus Ferreira, but why is Jesus not there? I mean, sure, there is the Dallas Inter Miami match coming up when this weekend, I think. Maybe that's why you need to have Jesus play against Miami. I don't know, man. Oh boy, look at this. The Super Bowl tickets are $11,000. Can buy a car with that money. Well, yeah, a used car these days. But here's the thing. This is a good question for everyone watching this stream. Do you think the World Cup final ticket sales could be as expensive as the Super Bowl? I could see it being close. Ooh, Milan almost scored again off a corner. I could see the World Cup final tickets being close to the Super Bowl. I mean, there will be a lot of hype. A lot of hype. Melania Trump Derby. What is the Melania Trump Derby? Can anyone tell me that? Adam Wilton saying the Melania Trump Derby. What is the Derby? The Derby, I guess. More expensive? Yeah, you're right. The World Cup final, it also depends on who makes it. If you have teams like England, Brazil, ref. Was that Christian Pulisic that got hit? And guys, when you hear me say Christian Pulisic, I'm talking about the Milan match. Because Camp Cupcake is just ass right now. Oh, Melania's from Slovenia? I didn't know that. I thought she was Russian. Why did I think Melania Trump was Russian? Yeah, Christian Pulisic got hit. Oh, okay, that's not a foul, but he got hit in the head. Oh, that has to hurt. Concussion protocol? No concussion. Christian Pulisic's head is made of steel. This guy headbutts a wall. He breaks the wall. Oh, Slovenia. Goal kick. Goal kick for Patrick Schultz. I got my coffee here. I got my organic coconut water. No, they're not sponsoring this video. This video is sponsored by Underdog Fantasy. The link is on the description. And here comes Milan with the ball, trying to build out of the back. Christian Pulisic really high up the field right now. I also wonder here, I need to check Milan's lineup. Is it Calabria there? Kind of hate when he plays with Calabria. Pulisic would benefit a lot more if he had Theo Hernandez playing on his side, even though Milan seems to enjoy playing Hernandez as a center back also. Cross goes in. Magnan comes out of the goal. Is anyone here? Is anyone here in the chat going to be attending the World Cup final? Going to try to attend? I'm honestly not even going to try to attend it. I think it's far too expensive. I'm going to definitely go to games in the 2026 World Cup, but I'm not going to even attempt to go to the final. Not paying 10 grand on the match. Okay, here comes Milan. This can be dangerous. Get across and Giroud. Ooh, I need a Christian Pulisic goal. The Wolfster saying, where do you want Gio Reyna to go? That's a good question to which I have not done enough research to answer that. but I have seen him linked to a few clubs like Real Sociedad, Aston Villa. I've watched enough Aston Villa to tell you I don't want him at Aston Villa. I don't think he's going to get a starting job right away. And if he's going to stay on the bench, just stay at Borussia Dortmund. I've watched a few matches from Aston Villa this season, so I wouldn't want him at Aston Villa. Outside of that, I haven't really done enough research to tell you this is a good team for Gio, this is a bad one. When he completes a move, if he does complete a move, I'll dive into the team, unless it's a team I already know. Man, Greg Berhalter really has no aura, man. This guy has no charisma, negative charisma. Every time I watch him, if there's any hype, he just kills it. Oh, but look at BJ Callahan. BJ Callahan has all the aura you need. Just have BJ Callahan. K Plum saying he's trying to go to the Euros next. I'm not gonna go to the Euros next week. Next week. This year. I'm gonna try to go to Copa America matches. I mean, the Copa America is going to be in the U.S., so I might as well try to go to the Copa America matches. Probably the games that are played in Atlanta and Miami, because then I can just drive there. Man, this game is terrible. I'm going to focus a bit more on the Milan match against Udinese. Okay, here comes Milan. Cross in. Ball goes through cheek. Unfortunately, Pulisic was not involved with the goal. It was a cross down the left flank. Christian Pulisic was on the right flank. And then Loftus-Cheek with a nice finish with his right foot gives Milan the 1-0 lead against Udinese. Again, important result for Milan. When you look into the table, I don't really think Milan will be fighting for the Scudetto. Inter Milan is already 8 points clear. Well, 10 points clear, whatever. They have a game to play, even Juventus. But again, Milan has to hold on to that third spot. They have a good gap. Every single win matters. Finishing third place, qualify to the Champions League. That's really what matters. Albert is saying Reina to Palmeiras. Man, I would love to have Gio Reyna play for Palmeiras. It would be a dream come true for me. And Palmeiras is about to lose Rafael Veiga. So I would love to see Gio Reyna play for Palmeiras. I just don't know if he would adapt to Brazil. I would love that, man. As a Palmeiras fan, bring Gio Reyna to Palmeiras. June V is saying, where will Taylor Booth go? I don't know, but there have been rumors that Taylor Booth will be leaving Utrecht. And what I've heard from some very reliable sources is that he does have offers from Major League Soccer. And Taylor Booth is considering it from what I've heard. Now, I haven't heard it from Taylor Booth himself or his family or anything, so I don't know how true it is. The MLS offers is true. Whether or not he is considering it, I don't know. Carlos Membrano saying, have Oppenheim pay for your World Cup ticket. Also, are you going to the Copa America? Hey, Brett Oppenheim is a friend, not my sugar daddy. He's not paying for my World Cup tickets, man. He should go himself to the World Cup, though. Brett should definitely do it. If you can afford to go to the World Cup final, fuck it, just go. I'm pretty sure Brett will probably attend the World Cup final. He is a soccer fanatic, a soccer diehard, especially when I was with him in Austin, just talking about soccer. You can tell just based off the information the guy knows, the players he knows, not personally, just like knows from the top of his head. He is a soccer diehard. And considering the fact that the World Cup will be in the United States, I haven't asked Brett that, but I'm pretty sure Brett and his brother Jason are going to be in the World Cup final. He's going to be attending it. I'm 99% sure of that. S27 saying, with the expanded World Cup, is there a country that you really want to see qualified that has either never qualified or hasn't qualified in a long time? Yes, there is, S27. I would like to see Norway qualify. They haven't qualified in quite some time, and I'd like to see Norway qualify because of Erling Haaland. Another country I'd like to see qualify to the 2026 World Cup would be India. I don't think they will. I don't think India will. But I kind of want to see India play a World Cup. So I'd say India is another one that I want to see in the World Cup. And then last but not least, I'd say Jamaica. I want to see Jamaica in the 2026 World Cup. So the countries, to your question, I would say India, Norway, and Jamaica. Jamaica, the last time they played was in 1998. They were coached by René Simões, a Brazilian coach, and they qualified to the World Cup. And the fact that it's expanded, so you got more spots, and Mexico, Canada, and the United States will not be in World Cup qualifying. A few countries like El Salvador are not at their best right now. Trinidad and Tobago aren't at their best. Honduras are not the same Honduras they were also a few years back. Costa Rica has declined. I think Jamaica can qualify. So the three teams, Norway, Jamaica, and India would be the ones. I don't think India will make it, though. Jamaica, Norway, maybe, even though Norway failed to qualify to the Euros. But Jamaica, Norway, it's possible. India, unlikely. The Wolfster is asking, should Matt Turner still start for the U.S. men's national team? If not, who? No, he should still start for the U.S. men's national team. We don't have a better option right now. That's the main reason. We don't have a better option. So, yes, he should absolutely still start for the U.S. men's national team. And what happened here to the Milan match? Does anyone know? Because I don't have my audio on. It's at minute 30 something, and all the players went to the locker room. Does anyone know what happened to the Milan match? The players just abandoned. Let me try to figure out here on Twitter what's going on, because I have it muted and I'm just seeing all these players going Pulisic. Let me see if anyone. So Manyan. Was it? It's with Manyan, so I'm assuming it's something racist from the crowd. Probably racist chants from Italy, which, I mean, I'm not surprised, but that's probably what happened. Probably some racist chants. That's what I'm assuming, guys. I'm not saying that's what happened because I have it on mute. Julian Viva is saying, I bet if Taylor Swift dated Taylor Swift dated a USMNT player, people would watch the US men's national team. Just saying. So Taylor Booth won't stay in Europe. I mean, Taylor Booth might stay in Europe. He might stay in Europe. I don't know. I know there are MLS teams that are interested. That's what I do know. Now, to everyone else's question here as well, if Taylor Swift dated a U.S. men's national team player, people would watch 100%. If we got Taylor Swift to date a U.S. men's national team player, if we could connect her with Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, any of the players, views would skyrocket. Maybe that's what U.S. soccer should focus on recruiting. They should throw plenty of parties with U.S. men's national team players and these big name celebrities like Taylor Swift, Kim Kardashian, Kendall Jenner, any of them. Just have an American soccer player date one of them, and it might actually work. Camp Cupcake match has been crap. Queen Nadra is saying, rank the best USMNT players from past and present 1 through 5. 1 through 5. If we're not going based off accomplishments, we're just going based off level of play. Christian Pulisic's number 1. Then I'd probably go Clint Dempsey number 2. Then likely Tim Howard number 4. Sorry, number 3, Tim Howard. Lyndon Donovan number 4. And then I want to say Claudio Reyna number 5. I mean, he was in the best 11 of the 2002 World Cup. So probably go Pulisic, Dempsey, Howard, Donovan, and then Claudio Reyna. Probably something like that. Dave Valensky saying, do you remember the 2010 controversial World Cup game against Slovenia? What was that referee name that made that call? The referee name for the Slovenia match. What was his name? I don't know, man. I don't really remember the name of refs. The only ref I actually don't remember the name of almost any ref. The only ref that I really remember from the past is that bald ref from the 2002 World Cup that would open his eyes very wide like this. That's the one I wouldn't really remember. But let me see if anyone from the chat knows. Let me get this. So here's the ranking. Hold on. Taylor Swift and Pulisic are both 5'10". Weston McKennie's taller than Taylor Swift for sure. Let me see if I didn't miss anyone here in the chat. Hold on. Camp Cupcake still 0-0. Not much has happened. The Milan game is back. I guess it was like a racist chants. Let me see. Ping is saying Pulisic 1, Howard 2, Dempsey 3, Donovan 4. Who's 5, Ping? Who's 5? Claudio Reyna? Who's number 5? Isn't Taylor Swift like 40? No. How old is Taylor Swift? Let me see. Taylor Swift age. She's 34. She's 34. She's not old. She's 34 years old. And then how old is Kendall Jenner? Let's see. Can maybe get Kendall Jenner's 28. So maybe we can get a U.S. men's national team U.S. men's national team player to date Kendall Jenner or Taylor Swift. Is Taylor Swift still dating the football guy? I was watching the what's the NFL team from Sporting? Not Sporting, from Kansas City. Uh, oh, Chris. Oh, that's a foul. What's the name of the Kansas City NFL team? The one with the guy that dates or used it, Travis Kelsey. That no, that's his name. Chiefs. Chiefs. The name of the team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I was watching their game when I was in Miami last weekend, and Taylor Swift was at the on the stands, and people were just talking about her instead of the game. Um, so she's still dating the guy from the Chiefs. Eventually, they'll break up, and she'll write a whole album about it, and it's gonna be very successful. Even though personally, if you're a Taylor Swift fan, I apologize for what I'm about to say. I think her songs are hot garbage. I think they suck. I don't like them. I think they're trash. But my opinion doesn't matter because it's very successful. So it doesn't really matter. And I'm sorry if you're a Taylor Swift fan. I just don't think it's good. But when she breaks up, the album is going to do very good. It's going to hit big numbers. It's going to be big, tremendous, and she's going to make a lot of money. And she'll be single again. She'll be single. And then once she's single, we got to pick a U.S. men's national team player that is also single because we don't want a U.S. men's national team player involved in like a sex scandal or like an affair and cheating on his wife or his girl. We don't want that. That's like Neymar shit. We don't need Neymar shit with the national team here. But we need a player to date Taylor Swift. Um, if McKenny's single or Pulisic, Gio Reyna might be too young for Taylor Swift. Like Gio Reyna's 21, she's 34. That's 13 years. That's almost like PK and Shakira. Oh, Udinese just tied the game. Oh crap! Udinese just tied the game. 1-1 with Milan. So um, we gotta really think this through because it can't be like Yunus Musa just got married, if I'm not mistaken. Yunus Musa got married. Gio Reyna is like 15 years younger than Taylor Swift. That's not gonna work out. Like I said, that was like PK Shakira. And then I'm trying to think here. Pulisic's 25, so he's 9 years younger than Taylor Swift. That's also quite a age gap. But I think Pulisic and Taylor Swift can make things work. They can make things work. Weston McKennie's about the same age as Pulisic. Tyler Adams, I think he's engaged, so we can't get Tyler. Who else do we have here? Um, Johnny Cardoso. He's dating. He has a girlfriend right now, but he's not engaged. So maybe Johnny, if he's single, we can try to push Johnny, and then Taylor. Maybe if she likes Brazilians, we can push Johnny. That's another option. Trying to think who else. Um, Fellas, running out of play. Tim Weah. Tim Weah. Maybe Tim Weah can be it. Tim Weah can be a good option here too. Why am I talking about this? What the fuck? Why am I even talking about this? They're saying, Julian Vivas, have you seen Zach Booth play yet? He's doing better than his brother. He's getting more minutes. I've only seen Zach Booth play through highlights. So I haven't really watched him in the Eredivisie actually. So I don't have an actual opinion on Taylor Booth's brother, Zach. I've watched highlights. So if I said anything, I'll be lying to you. No, I haven't watched him enough to have an opinion. They're saying Gina Ortega could be a young actress for someone. But is she popular enough? Is she popular enough? Like Gina Ortega has really taken off her career lately, and she was really good in that TV show Wednesday, even though I didn't fully watch it because I can't focus. Oh, Udinese almost scored another one. I can't really focus on a TV show for too long. But is she popular? Like Taylor Swift is like like I said, I think her song sucks, but she's generational in terms of popularity. Whether her songs are good or not, that's a different discussion. It kind of astonishes me that Taylor Swift, when it comes to her numbers, she's more successful than like Michael Jackson, that had really good music and could actually dance in a coordinated way, not in a goofy way like Taylor Swift. But I've had this discussion with my friends because a lot of them are big Taylor Swift fans, and they kept pushing her music to me in concerts, like, "Oh, you gotta go! It's so cool!" And I kept watching. And I was like, "This is garbage, man." I mean, sure, she spends like $1 billion on it, so it's very well produced. I'll give her that. It's very well produced, but outside of that, like, yeah, I don't know. I just it just doesn't do it for me. Oh wait, FootMob just removed here the score. It's still 0-0 between the United States and Slovenia. It's still 0-0, and AC Milan is tying Udinese 1-1. Pulisic's performance so far, he's been kind of This hasn't really done much. Has been a bit of a ghost performance from Christian Pulisic. Um, and here's what's interesting. Before I go back to the super chat, Ham is saying every horny boy is obsessed with Taylor Swift. My friends are not horny boys, and they're boys, but they're dating, and some of them are engaged, and I don't know, man. Like I look, look. I don't. I even had this conversation before. Taylor Swift is okay. She's not that attractive too that people are just following her because she's like a super attractive celebrity. I don't get. That's why I don't get her success. I don't understand it. I don't find her music good, but people like it, man. I don't. People really enjoy her albums and her songs and her concerts. So who am I to judge? John is saying, can't watch along today because I'm hosting a dinner for my family. Probably better than the game, the Camp Cupcake. Christian Pulisic's down. Hopefully it's not an injury. No, they're helping him up. Pulisic's fine. Pulisic's fine. And say, thanks for all your hard work covering the U.S. men's national team. My pleasure. My pleasure. I love doing it. Oh, Pulisic, that was a brilliant move and he got fouled. Pulisic's dribbling so good, man. He's such a good dribbler. Look at that. Oh, he just put that guy on skates. Such a good dribbler, Christian Pulisic. And here's to a successful 2024. My pleasure. And we talked about this in the past. Me and Dustin, after the 2022 World Cup, we could have shifted to just covering global soccer because, to be fair, every video we did in the World Cup that was not U.S. men's national team focused, it got more views because, global audience. But you got to cover what you prefer. And when it comes to covering soccer, I think there's only three things in soccer that I would truly have pleasure covering, that I would really enjoy. It would be the United States, Brazil, and Palmeiras. So anything outside of that, I'll enjoy covering it if any of these three is involved in any way, shape, or form. But thank you very much, John. Enjoy with your family. Uh, Jeff saying, how about Pulisic marry Pepe? If they're into that and they like each other, sure. Pulisic and Pepe get married. I don't think that'll draw more views for the national team because they're kind of like they're not global stars, but if they play for the same team and they want to, go ahead and go get married, Jeff. Very weird thought, Jeff, though, that you're thinking of any of the national teams um, players getting married. Look, not on me, not on me. And still 1-1 with Udinese. Miles Robinson. They're saying, what about Orlando City, Tack? Won't you cover them? I do cover them from time to time, Orlando City, but I would be lying to you if I have the same level of passion. Kamungo gives the ball away. Here comes, oh no, Slovenia just scored. Was that Kamungo? That was Kamungo. That wasn't Shaq Moore, guys. That wasn't Shaq Moore, guys. I am 99% sure that wasn't Shaq Moore. Even though I'll probably prefer if it was Shaq Moore. We're losing to Slovenia. Let's see here. Who lost the ball? Oh, God. It was, and I'll tell you right now, it was Kamungo that lost the ball. It wasn't Shaq Moore. It wasn't Shaq Moore. It was Kamungo. We're going to lose. But I'll cover Orlando City from time to time. The only thing that from Orlando City that really disappointed me was I requested them for free. I just wanted access to maybe media credentials to make vlogs for certain games just to promote the team without paying me. I've never asked any MLS team to pay me anything when I make video for them. When I go, as a matter of fact, when I did a vlog for Austin, Charlotte FC, and they gave us media credentials, I lost money because the costs of traveling there, flights, hotels, they were higher than what the video actually makes on YouTube. So I don't want money for it. And I asked Orlando City for access, which they pretty much gave me the finger, the middle finger. They didn't care. That's Orlando City, guys. Try to promote them for free, and that's what happens. And here comes Slovenia, and there you go. Oh boy. and we're down against Slovenia, and I really don't care. I really don't care. They're saying you should cover the Brazilian league. It's a very underrated league that has very little English language coverage. I would love to, and I already watch the Brazilian league quite a bit, so it'd be kind of easy for me. The thing is, I don't know if I would have time to do so. Uh, Believe it or not, the USMNT coverage takes a lot of my time. For example, tomorrow, I'm probably going to spend my entire Sunday finishing the USMNT Abroad series that y'all watch on Monday. And during the week, I'm always trying to follow along with. It's very hard to cover more things when you're so invested into one of them. And the U.S. men's national team coverage takes a lot, so it would be really hard to do that. Man, this U.S. men's national team is such a disgrace. I might need to go get more coffee soon. I might need more coffee. So, unfortunately, you know what's weird about the Milan game? They had that whole pause because of the alleged racist chants, and the ref only added 6 minutes. K Plum is saying, "Tack, is this your only job?" No, I have an after school soccer program company that I own here in Orlando. So I work with several schools here at the elementary school level, essentially to get kids involved with soccer here in Orlando. Obviously, it's a for profit company with affordable prices, but I do work with that as well. It's not charity work by any means. I mean, it has the goal to help grow soccer in the region, but it's also a job. So I do that in YouTube these days. And I used to work with Orlando City with their soccer school coaching. And maybe one day I'll go back to that. I kind of want to work again as long as Orlando City, you know, helps out. Why is everyone putting nice on the chat? We didn't hit minute 69. We didn't do it. Oh, here comes the U.S. Kamungu. What a terrible finish. Oh, terrible finish. Terrible finish. Oh, good. This is so painful to watch. This is so painful to watch. Just kind of sucks that I'm doing the stream, so I can't go on Twitter and troll a lot during the stream. Otherwise, I'll shut up here. But by the way, everyone, if you just arrived, make sure to hit the like button. Oh, corner kick for the United States, close, and the ball's cleared. The thing is, when you look at the U.S. men's national team roster, starting Kamungo, Ben White, Zadowski, even Aiden Morris at this point, um, Tim Tillman too, man. We're definitely not sending our best here. Hey, look. So wait, hold on. What's this? Oh, Milan's game is over in the first half. Excellent save. He didn't move. No, it was not an excellent save from the Slovenia goalkeeper. He didn't save that ball. The ball hit him. Maybe good positioning, put that way. Diego Luna is doing good. Well, Diego Luna seems to be a few levels above everyone else. Okay, let me put the audio here so I can listen. I want to listen to what the announcers are saying because usually when they get the rights to this, this is what I hate about the announcers of in commentary of these games. They just really try to hype what's unhypeable. This game is one of the worst games in U.S. men's national team history. Okay, we've had worse, but the thing is, in the past, Camp Cupcake used to make sense. We had a lot of players in MLS that were U.S. men's national team players, and you want to get them involved in the offseason and all that. But anyhow, it made sense at one point. We've outgrown it. At this point, Camp Cupcake should just be a U23 squad, and this just feels like a big waste of time and kind of embarrassing too that we're losing this match at home against Slovenia. Shaq Moore tried the cross and he got blocked. This is not a U.S. men's national team C team. This is not a U.S. men's national team C team. This is more. I don't even know what to say. Like a lot of these players have no business wearing the U.S. men's national team jersey. The only thing that they have is that they're eligible because they're American. It's like me. Do I have any business wearing the U.S. men's national team jersey? Yes, from the stands, not on the field. That's where they should be wearing it, from the stands. They're more fans than anything else. Oh boy. Um, Diego Luna with the ball. Probably the only bright player from this team. The only player worth watching. Okay. The game is terrible. Yes, it is. I mean, it was far more exciting when Milan wasn't at halftime because then I could at least watch Pulisic, even though Pulisic had some bright moments of his dribbling ability, but outside of that, didn't do much. I'm hoping Pulisic gets a goal contribution because that's one of my underdog fantasy picks. It just hasn't been good, man. Yeah, well, I mean, the commentary just MLS this and MLS that from the commentary. That's all they have to do. It's not the thing is American television these days in general, American television, it's just propaganda. It seems like, look, I'm not old enough to know how it was in the past. It's just that it kind of seems like maybe in the past there was like real journalism, real TV commentary, actual criticism, saying things as they were. You just don't really see these days any of that with you with not just US soccer, just American TV, mainstream media in general. Then you might be saying it's like this all over the world. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Because I mean, I live here in the US. That's what I watch is American TV. I used to watch a little bit of Brazilian television, but these days I just watch YouTube. But when you get into US soccer coverage, it's just an extension of that. It's just an extension of that. They're just, it's just they're just vomiting propaganda for full 90 minutes. That's all it is. Which is why I usually just mute the television. Even when I'm not doing live watch alongs, I just mute it. And then MLS, it's just awful coverage. Diego Luna, good ball from Diego Luna. Diego Luna seems to be like the only actual soccer player in this U.S. men's national team side. I'm going to tweet that because I have to cover this game in one way, shape, or form. I'm just going to say Diego Luna. One second. I got to tweet this. Yeah, because Diego Luna seems to be the only professional player. He seems the only one to have actual technical ability, able to combine. But then you're surrounding him with a bunch of scrubs, and there's only so much a player can do. Talked about this in the past. If you put a crap player with a really good team, a good team can make a crap player look better. He can look decent. And then you put a really good player with a crap team, you'll make that player look worse. Oh, and here comes Slovenia. That can be number two. Probably not. Probably not. They're also not very good. Oh my good, Atencio. What? I know someone just put on the chat that Atencio's looking kind of sharp, but Phil, you just jinxed Atencio. As soon as you said that, I looked on screen and I just saw Atencio like tripping over the ball. Phil, you just jinxed the kid, the 21, 22-year-old player, Atencio, Josh Atencio. You just jinxed him, Phil. He was doing okay. To be fair, he was doing okay. But Diego Luna seems to have a little bit of that flair, a little bit of technical ability. Can't combine. Just no one seems to be on the same page as Diego Luna right now. Okay, ball out wide. Here comes the United States. Like this game is so. It's really hard to get into this game. It's really hard to get into this game. I'm gonna bring up that video from HITC sevens where Shaq Moore is the worst player in the 2022 World Cup. Let me bring that up. Let me find it here. Oh boy. Slovenia with the ball once again. Oh, the camera messed up. The camera messed up. Cross goes in, and Patrick Schultz will clear the ball. I just want the Milan game to come back. I want to watch Christian Pulisic, and hopefully Yunus Musa will probably be subbed in the second half. Yunus Musa will probably be back here in the second half. Tax, someone in the chat is saying you're hating on MLS players. It is true. I am hating on MLS players because these are all MLS players, but I'm not hating on them because they're MLS players. But if someone's saying I'm hating on MLS players, that's factually correct. It is factually correct. I am hating on MLS players. I'm just not hating because they're MLS players. Hey, if it's true, it's true. Um, Oh, this guy right here. It's Placata. I think that's how you say his name. Hilarious that the guy who has spent the entire game just hating on MLS nonstop is complaining about propaganda. Well, the thing with propaganda is you have to be look. One thing is for you to just criticize MLS, or let's just put it this way. Let's put it this way. Let's say I am running an anti-MLS propaganda. Let's say I'm doing that. Okay, Placata. I think that's how I say your name. Or Kaka. I got Kaka. Poo. That's what I'm called. I'm gonna call you Poo. Okay, or Pla Poo. I'll call you Poo. Uh, let's say I am just running an anti-MLS propaganda. What the heck do I gain from it? I'm not being paid to do that. But then you have people that are hired by MLS and people that are fed inside information by MLS complementing the league nonstop, running a pro MLS propaganda. What do they gain from it? What do they gain from it? Inside information, access, money. I don't gain anything from running an anti MLS propaganda. And I've had multiple videos promoting MLS for free. I literally spent my own money to do MLS vlogs to motivate people to go to MLS games. I lost money doing it. So, Plakaka, try again. Not good enough. Not good enough, man. Gotta try enough. Bot. He's not a bot. Plakaka is probably real. Plakaka. Probably real. Um, this game is putting you to sleep. Yeah, it is actually putting it to sleep. It's saying way more profitable to be an MLS shill. US Soccer would be sponsoring. Well, if I just become an MLS shill, I would have MLS teams inviting me to games with the following I have. Because when it comes to US Soccer in independent media, we have the largest following outside of like USMNT only. But USMNT only doesn't have a character. It's more of like news reporting. So if I was just shilling for the federation and for US Soccer, I'll be invited to games, get access, player interviews. Which, by the way, have you guys noticed how I haven't gotten a player interview in a long time? Have you all noticed that? Do you wonder why? Not going to say anything, but you probably wonder why. If you shill for MLS, you get access to a lot of things that, I don't get anymore. I don't gain anymore. So that's the whole thing of it. Uh, but look, here's the thing. Placaka. You gain clicks. Most USMNT fans hate MLS, so it gives you clicks. You stupid, idiotic thing. Go to the World Cup and see how many views I was getting from covering Brazil, covering other things, the global game, and compare it to the US men's national team. If I wanted to get clicks, the first thing I would do would be to stop covering the US men's national team and covering something with a much larger audience. But again, Plakaka doesn't think. Plakaka just says things. Plakaka just says it. He just says caca all the time. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not triggered. It's just that you see, um, I just like talking to people when they have a rational argument, right? And look, if he goes on and he says, "Tack, you have a bias against MLS players," you see, that might be true. That actually might be true. Because I have a bias against bad players, and MLS has a lot of bad players. So that might be true. I would agree with Plakaka if he said that. But the thing is, when you just say the narrative, like you just hate that, you're doing it for clicks. If I'm doing it for clicks, I should literally stop covering the US men's national team right now. It's a very niched audience. I can get far more views covering the Premier League and much more. Already have a soccer audience following me. Um, it would make more sense if Plakaka said that I was a Taylor Swift hater because Taylor Swift, I just don't like her. And she's like extremely successful. She is far more successful than I will ever get anywhere close to. Like if I have one millionth of the success Taylor Swift has, I will be extremely successful. But I don't like her music, so you can call me a Taylor Swift hater, but not MLS, man. I actually consume MLS content. I consume more MLS content than I probably should, to be fair. Many B saying, "Chill, Tack, don't press him, don't do that to him." I'm just look. I'm just look. This is a. I'm just trying to give him attention. Plakaka wants attention. I'm giving Plakaka attention. I would hope he would change his name to Plakaka. That would be fun. It'll be fun. Let me drink some coconut water here. Coconut water. Coconut water is really good for you, by the way, and delicious, and delicious. And it won't. And coconut water won't make you fat. And no, this video is not sponsored by any coconut water company. And you know what? This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, and the link is on the description. You can go check it out. Yeah, it's actually kind of funny. If you started watching MLS before 2015, just st up, you're shut the f up. You're a noob, more like a virgin. I mean, I did start watching MLS before 2015, though. I did. I used to go to the Red Bull games when Henri was there because I lived in New York and I wanted to watch. So I did watch it before. Mm. Mm. Tap water? No, I'm not. Look. I'm a tap water hater. Don't drink tap water. You're not going to have explosive diarrhea from drinking tap water, but don't do that to yourself. Oh, in the United States again here, and that's out of bounds. That was a header from Miles Robinson. Header from Miles Robinson. Um, yeah, I can't blame Miles for that header. Tough angle, tough angle. I think he jumped a bit too early. And Milan is going back to the field for the second half of the Milan match here. Did my internet crash? I don't know. No, my internet's fine. I think just my Twitter crashed. I haven't seen Plakaka back on the chat. Is he okay? I was just look. I know it may sound rude sometimes, but I'm just responding. I mean, I try to match the energy of the chat. You attack me, I attack back. That's how soccer works. I just try to match the energy. Where's Plakaka? Plakaka. Please come back to the chat, man. I hope we're still friends. I hope me and Plakaka still friends. I didn't want to drive, or maybe he is in the chat. I just can't see him. None of them. Oh, he's here. Okay, he's here. Good. Plakaka. I didn't mean to offend you. I was just trying to respond. Oh, Plakaka, you got to stop hating on everything I say. He said tap water has standards, safer than bottled water. This guy. I didn't tell anyone to drink bottled water. Buy your own filter, filter the freaking tap water, and drink it. Or, I don't know, buy coconut water, make juice, orange juice, squeeze your own oranges. I didn't tell anyone to drink bottled water. Plakaka, we got to find some common ground here, man. We have to find some common ground. We have to find something that we agree upon. Something. Just something, man. We can't disagree on every single topic. We disagree in MLS. We disagree on Greg Berhalter. Now we disagree on tap water. Gotta agree on something, man. We're gonna have to find some. Plakaka, do you like Pokemon? I love Pokemon. I have a bunch of Pokemon behind me. You can't see it. Maybe I'll show it. If you guys look in the back here, do you guys see my Pokemons? You guys see it? Raikou, Suicune, Entei, Blastoise, Venusaur, Professor Oak, and then Charizard. Do you like Pokemon, Plakaka? We got to agree on something. Oh, okay. Wait. We found common ground, fellas. We agree that Greg Berhalter's an idiot. Thank you. We found. I feel like Plakaka, that doesn't count, though. That doesn't count. That doesn't count because does anyone not think Berhalter's an idiot? He's a Digimon guy. watch him say that Digimon is superior to Pokemon. But going on, Milan's second half just started. Christian Pulisic still on the field. Yunus Musa is still on the bench from what I've seen. Pulisic is out wide on the right. Rafael Leão is on the left. Remember, I still need that Christian Pulisic goal contribution because of my pick. Because of my pick. I still need it, man. So let me switch here. The United States match is at halftime. Thank goodness. Hopefully they just stay at halftime forever. American Auto Transport saying, man, Tack, this is by far the most boring watch along I've seen from you. Pretty sad. I'm sorry. There's not that much to talk about besides maybe the Milan match, which Christian Pulisic has been okay. Hasn't been great. So I apologize. I apologize for that. And in regards to the U.S. men's national team match, I'm just going to say it as it is, man. It's very complicated. It's very tough to be excited for this team. We're losing to Slovenia, and I don't care. I just don't care. Diego Luna has looked like the only player that has some technical ability in this team. Everyone else has looked below average. The defense hasn't really been tested, so I can't even judge them. Kamungo, that everyone hyped so much. Not everyone hyped, but Dallas fans hyped Kamungo so much. Doesn't look very good. Patrick Schultz, it was a one-on-one on the goal, so I can't really blame him, but maybe he could have done better. I apologize, American Auto Transport. It just hasn't really been a good game for this live watch along. I will say one thing. Here's some good news for everyone. There is a chance that Johnny Cardoso might start for Real Betis tomorrow. I've been trying to reach out to see if I can get the confirmation. The problem is their coach, Pellegrini, he doesn't give the team the lineup until a couple hours before the game. So Johnny doesn't know if he'll start or not. But based off training and based off Guardado leaving, a few players not being available, Johnny Cardoso is expected to get minutes tomorrow against Barcelona and make his debut for Real Betis. So if you want something to be excited about, that's one thing. The other one is Christian Pulisic for Milan, where Milan is currently tying Udinese away. Not a great result. They should probably get the win here. And here comes Rafael Leão down the left. Cleared. There were moments in the first half where, okay, let's see how it goes here. Oh, bad opening. Pulisic was wide open. And Dave Valensky saying the problem is that the United States media still treats the U.S. men's national team like it's still the early 90s and 2000s because of this, you get fans that don't like when people question the system. It might be that the national team and the popularity of the sport in the United States has outgrown the U.S. media, which in the beginning, they were just trying to support it, just trying to make it grow, just be supportive, just push it further. And now we actually have good players, and you can actually call some of them call a spade. When a player's crap, you call them crap. And this right here is not the U.S. men's national team. It simply isn't. Corner goes in. Milan gets the ball with Mayan. 48 minutes. They try to hit in transition. Rafael Leão. Dude, Rafael Leão is such a good player. The only thing that sucks for him is his decision making. So technical, so athletic, so smart sometimes off the ball, but on the ball, his decision making just is it's just atrocious. Julian Viva saying, "Have you heard of Luke's Sports Academy on YouTube? He became a soccer fan after the 2022 World Cup. He also brought another American to be a soccer fan." Let me see. Luke's Sports Academy. Have you guys heard of him? I haven't. Luke's Sports Academy. Let me see who he is. Okay, cool. 20,000 subscribers. Good. So it's a reaction channel, I guess. So he's like a soccer reaction channel. Interesting. I haven't heard of him. A channel like him, I guess, would be the Bronco. I haven't met him in person like the Bronco, but I've seen the Bronco many times. And the Bronco actually goes to a lot of games here in the US these days. But no, I haven't heard of Luke. First time I've heard of him. Interesting. Let's see. And anyone asking, yes, Guardado has left Real Betis effective immediately, which opens up another midfield space for Johnny Cardoso. And it looks like William Carvalho might also leave Real Betis, which helps Johnny Cardoso a bit more. Loftus Cheek. It feels like Pulisic is like isolated on an island here in the second half, all the way through the right side. And the ball's just not reaching him. Cubo Maker saying the Bronco has some weird ass takes. I mean, he um literally just became what's his name? Oh, and Pulisic down the right, one on one, has to reset the play. He was trapped. The Bronco just became a soccer fan a couple years ago, so he's gonna have weird takes. I'm fine with that. I'm just happy he became a soccer fan. I'm happy he's covering it, and I'm happy he has takes. He has the balls to actually have takes. Ooh, Olivier Giroud, dangerous play here for Milan. Cross comes in from Rafael Leão. Pulisic was close to that play. Reinders finds Rafael Leão. Rafael Leão. Oh my God, the decision making. The decision making. Have you heard of Mr. Beast? Of course, I've heard of Mr. Beast. He's the biggest YouTube channel in the world. He should get into soccer. I think when the World Cup comes up, he might get into soccer. Mr. Beast, even though he played soccer. But what I heard from Mr. Beast, and I don't know him personally, obviously, he's the biggest YouTube channel in the world, probably one of the most famous people in the world. Mr. Beast apparently was a very good baseball player. That's what I heard, that he was a very good baseball player. I know he does play soccer, knows a little bit of soccer, and I saw a Mr. Beast video where some of the people that work with him, I think it's like Carl and some of the other guys, they were wearing a USMNT, not sorry, not USMNT, a Inter Miami jersey, a Messi jersey. I show speed. I show speed is overly popular. I'll just say that look, very successful and very popular, and he's going into all these soccer events. I just don't find Speed funny. I'm just not his audience. I think that's the best way to put it. I'm not Speed's audience. He's extremely successful in whatever his audience is. I don't know if they're kids. I just don't really find it super funny. That's just me. That's just me. Mr. Beast, I think he's really good. His content is good. It's game shows. If you're into game shows, Mr. Beast is probably the best at it these days. Where's Pete? Pete's working. Pete's working. I think I Show Speed's audience is just mostly kids, and it works. For a kid audience, I believe he's funny, even though considering the fact that his audience is kids, he probably should be a bit more careful when it comes to, showing his private parts during a stream, which I know is an accident, but he probably should be a bit more careful about that. Throw in for Udinese. They're in possession here. Milan has definitely been better than Udinese here in the second half, but they still haven't been able to convert that into a goal or maybe into a legit goal scoring opportunity. Pulisic pressing forces Udinese to just blast it out of bounds. No, still in. Still in. Just had to blast it forward, but it's still in. Milan trying to recover here possession. The United States and Slovenia are still at halftime at the moment, and it's still 1-0. They're saying what the F Speed did that? Yeah, he accidentally showed his dick on a stream. It was an accident, to be fair. It wasn't on purpose, but that did actually happen, and there were like could have even gone banned, but I guess YouTube, he's too big to get banned. But yes, it did happen on accident. Zealand has done a stream with Carl. Who really? Well, I know Zealand. I met Zealand in Austin. I know there's one guy that works for Mr. Beast that follows me on Twitter. His name is like Sean something, and I followed him back. But I don't know how much Mr. Beast actually follows soccer or the U.S. men's national team. Never seen him talk about it. Never seen him talk about it. So I don't know how much he actually follows it. AC Milan in possession once again. Brian saying, when are you doing your reveal, Tack? What reveal, Brian? Okay, Calabria tries to go through, and Udinese is able to clear it. Okay, it's going to be a throw-in. Throw-in for Milan. Calabria goes long into the box. Loftus-Cheek loses the header, and here comes Udinese in transition. Milan's able, oh no, it's still dangerous. Still a dangerous moment in transition. Rafael Leão having to drop deep. Okay. Rafael Leão dropping deep in transition, stealing the ball, recovering it for Milan. Milan has been far better than Udinese here in the second half. It's just they're not really creating high quality goal scoring opportunities. That's probably the main issue. And USMNT Camp Cupcake still at halftime. And anyone, if you just arrived, make sure to drop a like in this video if you haven't already. If you haven't already, of course. Let me see how many likes we have in this video. We have 175, not bad, but we can probably go over 200. I think it's fair to say we can go over 200. But listen to this. I need to go get more coffee. So I'm going to run a quick word from our sponsor, Underdog Fantasy. I'll be back in a minute. The United States is still at halftime, and Milan is still playing. I'll be back in a minute. Let me go get coffee. And thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring Tactical Manager TV. Underdog Fantasy is a fun game to play prior to any soccer match or basketball or football as well, but we don't talk about those two in Tactical Manager TV. Sometimes basketball during live watch-alongs. I have been playing Underdog Fantasy for over a year now. You can download the app by using the link on the description of this video, and you can also use the promo code TMTV. And Underdog will be matching your first deposit for up to $100. And in the process, you'll be helping the channel avoid bankruptcy. The game I mainly play is called Pick'em. You just click on it, scroll to the soccer section, and pick a player for a specific match and select the stats that you believe will be lower or higher. It's very easy to play, but be smart about your picks because it's not easy to win. I'll be playing some Underdog Fantasy during some match live streams or match live watch-alongs, so stay tuned for that, as I will be forced to cheer for a player or root against him. Now, I am a professional hater, so I'll probably be rooting for the player's downfall. Once again, don't forget to use the promo code TMTV and use the link on the description of this video. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for sponsoring the channel. By the way, when the ad was running, Christian Pulisic just had a brilliant play down the right flank, hit a nice cross. Olivier Giroud was able to head the ball, and then it was saved by the goalkeeper. Pulisic almost got a goal. Sorry, not a goal, an assist. Beautifully done there by Christian Pulisic. Almost got an assist. Jeff Serrano saying, what flavor is this cupcake from Camp Cupcake? It's caca. Yeah, caca flavor. It's caca flavor. Gio saying, Tack, you should make your own Sunday league team. Should. I'm getting back. By the way, good news. I'm getting back to playing soccer in February. After my third knee surgery, I'm going to try to get back. Trying to get back. American Auto saying, sorry, Tack. So used to you commentating on USA, not so much your Pokemon. Yeah, I'm sorry about the Pokemon one. I'm Pokemon is out. I'm done with Pokemon there. It's mainly because the game is less interesting. I talked about it when watching this specific match. When it comes to defenders, we talk about Miles Robinson. He's not being tested today. It doesn't matter. Patrick Schultz, the goalkeeper, maybe. And then outside of that, the only player that seems relevant in terms of looking like he belongs, not that he belongs, but looking like he has potential, is Diego Luna. Everyone else, man, has no business being the U.S. men's national team. So it's very underwhelming to watch this game. Tack, early NBA Finals picks. Dude, look, you're asking the wrong guy. I did go to a Miami Heat game another day. I know the Celtics are doing well this season. The Bucks are doing well this season. I know Timberwolves are doing well this season because of, Timberwolves Brazil. So my early picks, I'm going to go Timberwolves versus Bucks. I'll do that. The Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Milwaukee Bucks will be the NBA Finals. I'm calling it right now. Oh, and second half just started here for the United States. Diego, we're playing in what it looks like a 4-3-3. Dejuan Jones is playing as a left back, tries to go long for Brian White. While Milan's at minute 60 and still waiting for Pulisic to get that goal contribution. What's my prediction for the final score of this shit show here between the US and Slovenia? Um, I think we might get a goal, but we might also. I'll say 1-1. Maybe we pull a draw against Slovenia. I'll say 1-1, even though I'm not very optimistic about this team. Aiden Morris finds Tim Tillman. Atencio all the way back. Finds Miles Robinson. We look to be a little bit better in possession here early in the half. It's just a matter of can this team create? Even Diego Luna, got to create. Oh, Udinese just scored. Oh, shoot. Udinese just scored against Milan. It's not good. Not good. Not good. Who scored? Is that Thalvin, the guy that played at Liga MX? Oh boy. What the heck was Milan? Was that Theo Hernandez and Loftus Cheek? What the heck were they doing, man? Yeah. No, not Loftus Cheek. That was Theo Hernandez and I can't tell who was that. Reinders? Terrible defending. They just give the ball away. And then what was Magnan doing too? If Magnan was just standing straight, if Magnan was just standing straight, the ball would hit his head. It was Theo Hernandez and Reinders that just were really stupid in that play to give the ball away and just pretty much give it to Thalvin. And then Magnan's goalkeeping was a bit questionable right there too. That was not good from Milan right there. Not good at all. St. Tack, do you play in the Man's League? How's the level in the Orlando area? There's really good soccer here in Orlando. There's a lot of South Americans, Brazilians. I'm just going to be playing pickup soccer, at least until I feel confident enough that I can play competitive soccer again. I've had 3 knee surgeries, so I am a bit afraid to go back to playing soccer. I don't want to have a 4th knee surgery here. So I'm going to be playing pickup soccer, and then maybe I'll join an actual league. I played in UPSL in the past, which is very competitive. Not professional, but very competitive. Pulisic whips in across. That'll be cleared. Rafael Leão will get it down the left flank. Rafael Leão, let's see what he can do. Another cross in by Leão. Cleared by Udinese once again. I don't think Pulisic has been bad. but I think we're going to see subs very soon. I don't know if they're going to take out Pulisic, but I can see Yunus Musa coming on. Yep. Yep. On core football, I had 3 knee surgeries, one torn ACL and twice a torn meniscus. It's not fun, especially the ACL. The ACL is the worst one. Could Caven Sullivan be the first world class prospect coming from the United States Youth Academy system in the future? Could he? Sure. Will he? I don't know. The kid is too young. It's too young to know. I don't like judging players until we see him maybe in a U20 level. Until then, it's going to be very tough to say. But there's some big teams interested in Quinn Sullivan's brother, younger brother. But I think he's like 14 right now, so it's really hard to tell. Does he seem talented? Yes, but you don't know. It's too young to know. I just would say I'll probably give it like a 5% chance, which is low because with young players, you never know. Uh, Indy saying same knee or both knees? Different knees. 2 surgeries on the right knee, 1 surgery on the left knee. So the right knee is the worst one for me, at least. The right knee. Cross goes in, and Slovenian goalkeeper Shaq Moore tried to cross, and we get nothing out of it. Cross goes in again for Milan. Milan is at minute 65, by the way, and they're down to Udinese 2-1. Comeback win from Udinese so far. Milan scored first. They haven't really put out substitutions. Trying to follow along here. Yunus Musa hasn't been sent in yet. I would expect him to go in soon. Yunus Musa. And I still need that Pulisic goal contribution. I'm still waiting on that. Oh, Manyan, able to clear it. A little bit weird. It came off his line in a weird way. Let's see here. So Milan substitutions. No substitution for Milan so far. Um, While Udinese has made 3 substitutions so far. We'll see if Pioli makes some changes. The guy Yunus Musa on the bench. Noah Okafor is a good option. Luka Jovic is another option as well. We'll see what Pioli does. I hope he keeps Pulisic. I don't think Pulisic has been bad. I don't think he's been bad. Here comes Udinese with a cross in. Header. Manyan's able to get the ball. Tries to connect the counterattack very quickly. And here comes Slovenia also against the United States. Another cross. Just the Camp Cupcake match. I feel like both teams are just crossing the ball. That's all they're doing. United States and Slovenia. It's cross, 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 and not even good crosses, by the way. Um, so just for anyone that just got here, I'm watching both games. Oh no, Noah Okafor's coming on. Is it Pulisic that's being subbed out? No, Reinders. Interesting. Are we gonna see Pulisic at the 10? This is interesting because Pioli just took out a midfielder and he put Okafor that plays either as a striker or as a winger, and Olivier Giroud is still on the field. Rafael Leão is still on the field. So I'm wondering, are we gonna see Pulisic play as a 10? Or maybe they're gonna go 2 up top. Olivier Giroud and Noah Okafor. That's a possible. So Pulisic's still on the right wing, and it looks like Okafor's playing the 10. We'll see. We'll see. Udinese clears. Manyan gets the ball. We'll see. We'll see. I think we might see Pulisic get a few minutes at the 10. And we're about to hit minute 69 for the Milan game. We're going to have 2 69s today, which, 2 69s is better than 1 69. Ball switch. Pulisic down the right flank. Nice settle. He's going to go on a one-on-one. Take him on, Pulisic. Pulisic takes him on. Going to get a cross. That's going to be a corner kick for Milan. And we hit minute 69. Nice. Pulisic's able to earn a corner kick for Milan. I'm telling you, I'm fine with Pulisic's performance. He's been so far in this game. He looked very confident. He's trying to take on defenders. I think Christian Pulisic has been just fine. He's able to get a corner here. It's just sloppy defending from Milan that got Udinese the lead. Corner kick for Milan. Ball delivered. Header. The ball's ping-ponging in the box. No one clears it. Rafael Leão just throws it back in, and Udinese is able to clear Pulisic with a little touch. The ball's still ping-ponging in the box, and Udinese might be able to get a counterattack going here. This could be dangerous here for Udinese. As for the United States, here comes Diego Luna. Good ball from Luna to Shaq Moore. Shaq Moore. Ooh, shot on goal. Good ball from Shaq Moore. First and foremost, great pass from Diego Luna to find Shaq Moore. The only problem with Shaq Moore is he needs to work out those legs a bit more. That was a bit of a weak shot. Accurate shot, but very weak. And it seemed like Shaq Moore is putting all the power he could. Okay, Milan again in possession. And just so everyone knows, Pulisic is still playing on the right wing, and Noah Okafor is playing as like a shadow striker, essentially. He's not really playing as a playmaking 10. Pulisic down the right, tries to take on defender, but then has to reset the play. He's kind of trapped. Gonna find Pulisic again out wide. Nope, they're trapped. Pulisic is trapped. Just try to just go. No, Pulisic has to reset once again. At least in terms of decision making, Christian Pulisic has been quite good today. Okay, here comes Milan. Calabria opens out wide to Pulisic. Doesn't have any options. Get out of the freaking way. Oh, my goodness. It was Adli. Was it Adli? Pulisic tried to dribble inside, and that freaking idiot just stayed in front of him. Set a screen against his own player. Cross goes in. Cleared from Milan. Milan recovers the ball. Loftus-Cheek. Milan could use a playmaker, man. They could use a playmaker. They should maybe just get Gio Reyna on loan. Is Ben Acer at the African Cup of Nations? I think that's where he is, Ben Acer. I think that's where he is. He'll be back, but I think he's not available for Milan because of that. So here comes Rafael Leão down the left flank. Decision-making again, man. Rafael Leão has all the tools besides decision-making on the ball. Cross goes in to no one. To no one. And that was Noah Okafor. Oh, goodness. I don't understand what Pioli is trying to do here for Milan. Noah Okafor is a bit of a pace merchant. He's a good player. He's a good player, but he's a bit of a pace merchant. I would just put Noah Okafor down the right, Rafael Leão on the left, keep Olivier Giroud as a center forward, and let Christian Pulisic play as a 10. He combines well with Giroud. He can play make. We know Pulisic can play as a 10. You get the crosses out with Noah Okafor and Leão, and Pulisic can be the playmaker. I just don't know why Pioli keeps Pulisic down the right, stuck on an island where the ball doesn't arrive there, and then Noah Okafor is playing down the middle as a shadow striker, but he can't play make. The ball is just not getting there also. And it looks like someone else is coming in for Milan. Whoever is number 15. I'll check here. Who's number 15 for Milan? Luka Jovic. So Olivier Giroud is probably going to be subbed out for Milan. They're going to take Olivier Giroud. Diego Luna finds Tim Tillman. And Tim Tillman obviously dispossessed. Jesus, man. Aldi opens up. Christian Pulisic. Take him, Pulisic. Pulisic. Oh, boy. They don't combine well. Here comes Milan. Down the middle. Beautiful ball. Rafael Leão with the cross. Ooh, no one was able to hit it. Christian Pulisic got pushed. Is that not a penalty kick? So cross from Rafael Leão, which he was offsides, by the way, so it doesn't really matter. And then Pulisic, oh, that was definitely a penalty kick. Pulisic got pushed. The only thing is that was Rafael Leão was offsides, so they would call that back anyway. But that was a penalty kick. Clearly, Pulisic was pushed from the back, from behind. And Florenzi's coming on for Calabria. That's good because Calabria is just not. Oh, Pulisic's coming off too. They're taking out Christian Pulisic, isn't it? Or is it Olivier Giroud? I thought I saw number 11. No, it was the TV is wrong. So they took out Pulisic and they put Jovic. Really? What is Pioli doing? Pulisic was subbed out here at minute 75. I don't understand the substitution. He takes off Christian Pulisic and he sends in Jovic. And as far as I'm concerned, he kept Olivier. No, Giroud's out. Wait, what is going on here? So FootMob and the TV is announcing that Giroud's out, but it wasn't. Olivier Giroud still on the field. Christian Pulisic was subbed out. Christian Pulisic's out, and Jovic came on, and no Yunus Musa. No Yunus Musa. So I guess right now for the Milan game, it becomes very uninteresting for us unless Yunus Musa comes in, but he's out. So let's go back to Camp Cupcake for a little bit here. While since Pulisic's out and Musa is also not on, go back to Camp Cupcake where the U.S. is losing to Slovenia. I'm telling you, the Camp Cupcake does more damage. We're losing to freaking Slovenia. This is not our best, but we're losing, and that's what people are going to remember. Jack McGlynn, he's on for the United States. He's got some range on his pass. I like Jack McGlynn a little bit. I think he's a bit too slow and not great in tight spaces, but he's a good distributor, good playmaker. McGlynn, Tim Tillman, Diego Luna, resets all the way with our center backs, and then McGlynn. I like how McGlynn is moving the ball, and then he gets dispossessed, of course, when I say that. Aiden Morris, Diego Luna. Diego Luna has to reset to Aiden Morris. Tim Tillman. The United States is moving the ball well, but again, it's another example of those possession with no penetration, which is we're just masturbating right now. Just masturbation, just moving the ball with a lot of foreplay, but we're not getting to the point. You got to create the goal scoring opportunity. But the U.S. men's national team just isn't doing that right now. We're moving the ball well. Greg Berhalter. Did he do a bounce pass? I don't think he did. Queen Nadra saying Giroud should come to MLS. He's almost 40. I think he will. Olivier Giroud should be in MLS very soon. Now, what I don't understand is FootMob has that Olivier Giroud was subbed out and that Pulisic's still playing, but Pulisic is not playing. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The thing is, these players are not even the best. We're missing. If we're going to talk about the best Americans in MLS, we are missing a few of them. This is not an excuse. And again, I personally thought that the best thing for this camp would be just to be a U23 camp. That's all. Zaleski tried to play out of the back, and he sucks at playing out of the back once again. And Slovenia recovers the ball. They're going to attack here down the left flank. Dejuan Jones is playing as a right back now. Cleared, but the other side by John Token. John Token's in. That's a positive. Why didn't John Token start? Why didn't Greg just start with Dejuan Jones on the right back and John Token on the left back? What? Why does Greg have this weird obsession with Shaq Moore? I don't know, man. How is this legacy? How is this loss to Slovenia going to affect Greg Berhalter's legacy? How does it affect Greg Berhalter's legacy? Ooh, they almost scored off a header. Slovenia almost scored off a header. Like we're losing to a bunch of amateur players, aren't we? Hold on, guys. Okay, not amateur, but I guess semi-pro players. Semi-pro players would probably be the right wording. Does anyone know any of these players from Slovenia? I know some of you are going to say, "Hey, you're covering the game. It's your job to know." It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. Not for Slovenia, and not for okay. In the World Cup, I put in a lot of effort to know as much as I could about every team because those are the best teams in the world for the most part. But this is like Slovenia's domestic league players. Tillman with a shot, and it's again, what's going on with these MLS players, man? It's like when they shoot, there's no power on the strike. Are we not feeding them properly? We need to give them more food. Drink some Red Bull before the game, C4 something. Need some power right there. Or stop skipping legs day. Yeah, that is true. This is also at home. How many minutes we have left in the game? We have roughly 25 minutes left. Slovenia 1, United States 0. Oh, perfect. We have Dice Man. Dice Man, he's from Slovenia. Dice Man, you're from Slovenia. Could you please put in the chat who are these players? Are they any good? Do Slovenians rate them? Do they play in the domestic league? Any information is very much appreciated. And I'll give you a virtual hug or kiss, whichever one you prefer, whatever you're into, hugs, kisses, any of them. Okay, so Diceman said yes, but what do you mean by yes? Are these actually the Slovenian national team players? Is this Slovenia's B team, C team? Give us whatever you can. Any information is very much appreciated. Milan just scored. Jovic just scored. Milan tied the game. And the U.S. men's national team match just hit minute 69. Nice. And Jovic just tied. Let's hope Yunus Musa is subbed in. Rafael Leon just sends the ball along. And then there was a cross by Hernandez, clear. Giroud shoots it. It hits the post. And then Jovic off the rebound is able to score. At the same time, here comes Slovenia. Slovenia will have a corner. Oh, he said no. Wait. Where's Dice? So it's not Slovenia's A team. That's what Diceman said. It's not Slovenia's A team. I figured. It wasn't. Cross goes in. Slovenia. Ooh, Schultz with a nice save right there. Patrick Schultz. Patrick Schultz actually an interesting one. He was really good for the Columbus Crew, especially in the playoffs. From what I watched, and young goalkeeper, able to win MLS Cup. He is an interesting one. Patrick Schultz, Jack McGlynn. McGlynn has looked good since he came on to this game. He's very technical on the ball. The problem with McGlynn is two things: speed and ability in tight spaces. Those are the only issues I have. Okay, back to the game here. United States in possession, which we've had a lot of that in the second half. A lot of possession. Milan's still 2-2, and Yunus Musa has not been subbed in. We might not see Yunus Musa today at all because the Milan game has like 5 minutes left into it. The United States, as it stands, the United States has 60. We have almost 70% ball possession, and we're down. We're losing. Classic Berhalter. Alexander Rooney saying, has Musa lost his starting spot? He never really got his starting spot. He was only starting when there was a lot of injuries in the midfield. I think it was when Loftus-Cheek was injured. So Musa was never really a starter for Milan this season. He had some good performance, had some bad performance, but he was never really a starter. So now that everyone's healthy, yes, he is not a starter. That's the way to put it. McGlynn, good through ball. Here comes Dejuan Jones with the cross, and that's nothing out of it. 72 minutes. We got 20 minutes left, roughly, here. Berhalter's going to call it dominant. Yeah, he'll call it dominant. Wait, is Duncan McGuire on? Did they send him? Yeah, Duncan McGuire's on. He's been on for 10 minutes. I didn't notice. I've talked about Duncan McGuire so much. I've watched him quite a bit with Orlando City last season. Okay player at best. Some people were trying to hype it. Miles Robinson trying to defend here. Slovenia still has the ball. So apparently the players from this team, they play in the Slovenia league and the Danish league. Oh, and here comes Slovenia in the box with the ball. 1-on-1. Nope, lost it. Lost it. No. What? Ref, how's that a foul? If that's a foul, was it a penalty? Dude, that's a penalty for Slovenia. If you're going to call that a foul, it was a penalty kick. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a soft call, but if you're going to call that a foul, that was a penalty for Slovenia. But the ref gave it a free kick. Look, I'll put it this way. In my opinion, that was not a foul. But if you're going to call a foul, that was in the box. It was a penalty kick. But here we are. Okay, free kick for Slovenia. But the shot saved. Good save. Good save by Patrick Schultz. Good save. Still no Yunus Musa. So for Milan, I think it's safe to say that we're not going to see Musa today. And even if we do, he's going to play for like a minute or two. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This U.S. men's national team match is pretty freaking crap. But I know you all agree with me on that. I've seen at least more exciting matches at NCAA D1 matches that I've been to. Luna will come off, and I think Caleb Wiley is coming on. Queen Adra saying, Tax, since you're a United fan, would you be happy if Manchester City got relegated after they faced 115 FFP financial fair play charges? Not look. I'm not a diehard United fan. I just used to be much more of a United fan. I still like Manchester United, but if they got relegated because they violated financial fair play, and those are rules that are being applied to other teams. We saw Everton lose points. I think someone else lost points too. Yeah, I would be happy. I personally don't like Manchester City very much. So, yeah, if they get relegated because of that, I think it would be freaking hilarious. As long as it's fair, as long as it's real, which maybe they did violate that. Dice Man is saying the best players Slovenia has are Jan Oblak. Oblak is a brilliant goalkeeper. Stajanovic, Sporard, and Benjamin Cesko. And Cesko is one heck of a center forward, and they're not playing. Yeah, I mean, the U.S. is also missing their best players. They're saying, Tack, when is that OnlyFans dropping? I will never make an OnlyFans account. I'm sorry, guys. But I did have a viewer of the channel that I've met in person a few times, actually. Big Pepe fan. And he suggested of starting a Patreon and having. Ooh, the United States almost scored here. And he suggested making a Patreon and using the Patreon to interact with the fans more. Like we can have moments where we all meet up somewhere, play soccer, meet up just to talk about soccer, watch games together. That's what he suggested. He said that will drive revenue for the channel and, get us to maybe strengthen the community. So it's something I would consider. The only thing is, me and Dustin, we don't like to charge for anything, right? At least the viewers. Oh, let's meet up. And I'm like charging on Patreon. I don't like doing that. I try to get the revenue from the channel from ads, YouTube ads, and sponsors. I don't like to charge the viewers for anything. And we're not going to put content behind a paywall. Not doing that. I'm strictly against that. But maybe we can do something for Patreon just to filter out. And then we can have like a small group where we can meet up, watch games together, things like that. That's what I would probably go for. Um, that's what we're considering. But like I said, I'm strictly against putting content behind the paywall, even though Pete does that, and I understand why he does it. He does it so he can use highlights on his videos, so it's understandable with that sense. But I'm not going to be using highlights, so I wouldn't want to do that. But we'll think of something, maybe to engage the community more, because the only way we do it the chat, if I put Patreon, not everyone's going to pay, so it makes it smaller, and then we can interact more. And here comes Slovenia, clear, and that's a corner kick for Slovenia. Oh, Milan just scored. Late minute goal. It was Noah Okafor. This was at minute 93, and Milan is going to get the 3 points here against Udinese. What a freaking massive game. Milan gets the 1-0 lead. Udinese gets a 2-1 lead. And then Milan closes the game with a 3-2 win in added time. Noah Okafor might have just given, oh my goodness, Pioli's subs worked. I was wrong. His substitutions worked. Corner kick goes in, delivery, and then Noah Okafor, after a little flick, was able to finish and get the goal for Milan. 3-2, Milan will get the 3 points. What a massive win. The Milan game versus Udinese was an incredible match. It was actually the Camp Cupcake one is one of the worst. I'm watching the commentary here. They literally just hype, and Musa is on with like 2 minutes left. Musa is on with 2 minutes to go to help them hold on to the 3-2 lead. So don't expect Musa to do much. He's there just to help them hold 3 points. There's a minute 30 left here, and Milan has a 3-2 lead. Pulisic was subbed out earlier in the game, halfway through the second half, sorry. And then Yunus Musa just comes in here at added time to help them. And Musa's playing on the left out wide. McGlynn out wide. Token go. Woo! Token with the three Vela kick. When you hit it with the outside of your foot, and John Token just hit it. Good play, good play. McGlynn, the good ball, and Token just strikes. A good strike, but no goal, no goal. Bajrak Teravik has been playing very well for the United States. Number 19 is Bajrak Teravik. Though that's probably what everyone's asking. It's Esmir Bajraktarevic. He's an 18-year-old winger from the New England Revolution. Good player, looking very technical. Esmir Bajraktarevic. I thought he was one of the bright ones in this match. Esmir and Diego Luna showed some potential. Everything else was eh. Did Udinese almost score? Oh, Dejuan Jones. Go, 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 go. Score, score, score. What the fuck? Good cross by Dejuan Jones after Esmir Bajraktarevic did the whole play, and then John Token missed the target once again. Oh, John Token. John Token with two opportunities. Esmir has been balling, man. He's number 19 if you don't know, but Token just can't hit the target. Oh, Token. Duncan McGuire. The ball goes sent in. Esmir settles. Go. Oh, what a ball. Man, Esmir Bajraktarevic. I didn't think I was going to learn anything from this, but dude's looking at least something, doing something. Okay, so this is how you pronounce it. It's Bajraktarevic. Esmir Bajraktarevic. That's how you pronounce. Look, I'm so good at pronunciations. Some might say I'm the best on YouTube. Esmir Bajraktarevic. That's like a Bosnian name. Jeff Carey saying, "Tack, Patreon's a good idea. Have you been keeping up with? Have you been keeping up with some of the Euro players wanting to get out of the Saudi league? Do you think those older guys may come to MLS? I know a lot of them have been wanting to leave based on the reports, and and I mean Jordan Henderson already left. I don't think they'll come necessarily to MLS. I don't think MLS will pay the salaries they're being paid there. And the Milan game just ended, by the way. Milan got a 3-2 win. Uh, oh, Esmir, what a ball. From that a penalty kick? Nope, no call from the ref. Man, I'm enjoying watching Bayraktarovic play. Is he just 18? How old is Esmir Baktarovic? Does anyone know? Esmir, I know he's U20 eligible, so he is 18. He's 18 years old. He's looked different, man. Very technical, very different from the other players. High IQ, very good player. But we need to find a nickname for him. Because like Baraktorovic, whatever, I can't keep saying that name. We got to find a nickname for Izmir Baraktorovic. Can anyone come up with a nickname for Baraktorovic? I'm not gonna keep saying that name. We need a nickname. Barja? Maybe just call him Barja. Just call him Bar. Can we just call him Bar? Bar is like very easy. Milan got the 3 points, so that's good. Can get that out of the way. Now the United States got a couple more minutes here. Barja? Yeah, we'll just call him Barja, or we just call him Azmir. Azmir. Barja with the ball. Is he off? No, he's not off. Gets a good cross. Woo! He almost got the assist. He seems levels above everyone right now. Barja. He seems levels above everyone. Maybe we can just call him Bar. It's Barja, so Barja wouldn't work. Honestly, I just don't know what we can call him as a nickname because Barja actually doesn't make sense because that's not his name. Just gonna call him Esmir. Hey, at least there's one positive from this game. I'm not saying this kid is the next Christian Pulisic, but there's potential there. There's something there. There's something there. That's probably the positive of this camp right now. Call him Bart. Bart. Yeah, let's call him Bart. That's a good one. So we found one positive from this camp. Token. Here comes the United States. Duncan McGuire is just such a bad player, man. I keep saying this. No one listens to me. No one listens to me. I watched every single Orlando City match, and I kept saying this guy is not technical. He's terrible on the ball, just very athletic, and he outperformed his XG. He can work in MLS. He can probably be a good EFL championship player because he's very athletic, but Duncan McGuire is not good. I kept saying this over and over again. He's just not good. I just don't get it. The need to hype up these just like guys that are just athletes. And Jeff, I'll let you know, I'll let everyone know if we do make a Patreon, I would have to come up with a plan of how to make it worth everyone's time, everyone that signs up for the Patreon. Because again, I'm not putting content behind a paywall, not doing it. McGuire, yeah, he is. I know Duncan McGuire is not good. But the thing is, some people were trying to hype it up. I'm not gonna go. Like Orlando City fans would get angry at me about it. I even said it. Orlando City could not win MLS Cup starting Duncan McGuire. Just wouldn't happen. Orlando needs a 9. Patreon for dating advice. I don't think I would be that good for anyone with dating advice. Because again, the thing is, people already talked about that, and I said everyone's dating experience is unique, and you have to figure it out yourself. I don't really think dating podcasts and things like that can really help anyone. That's my opinion on it. That's my opinion on it. I've seen some dating podcasts out there because they have some freaking very spicy hot takes, but I was just like, um, I don't know. You guys can. So I watch them for entertainment sometimes because they're kind of entertaining. He's saying $5 for early content so we can support. Yeah, that's a good option too. I can, but the thing is, if I'm gonna do a Patreon, I'm not gonna put it behind a paywall. I can maybe release the content ahead of time there so you can watch it. But I would want something that adds some value. If anyone's gonna spend $1 on me for whatever, I want something to add some value. I don't think that's enough, right? I don't think that's enough. It needs to be something we can hang out together, maybe just have a bunch of like soccer debates there, um, hang out in game. I don't know. I need to think of something. I'm open to suggestions. Patrick Schultz able to hold the ball. Got 2 minutes left here in the game. 2 minutes left in the game here. Maguire able to settle the ball. Let's see what he can do. Maguire blocked. Hey, credit where it's due. Nice settle there from Duncan Maguire. Corner kick for the United States. A minute and a half left, so this is probably the last opportunity to get something out of this. Corner goes in, cleared by Slovenia. The whatever I've seen the whatever podcast before. There's times where it's funny. There's times where it's funny. It's just that the thing is those podcasts. I think it's like the red pill community, whatever they call themselves. They're good for entertainment. It's just it's just most of the time from both sides, whether it is the guys, the girls, it's mostly just a bunch of nonsense in terms of like advice. But in terms of entertainment, I've been entertained by them before. Just don't have time to watch most of it. Patrons get a Discord access. I could honestly do a Discord for free, but we could do a Discord also for the Patreon. So that way I can actually interact with them instead of having hundreds and hundreds of people. Dewan Jones crosses it in. Slovenia. Collab with Danny T Radio. I love Danny T Radio, man. He's very busy though with work, kid, but Danny does wonderful content. Best MLS content creator, Danny T Radio. I wish he had more time to do it. No, Jeff, I'm not. I'm not doing content like that, Jeff, on Patreon. I'm not doing it. Is that it for the game? 93 minutes, so the ref might just end it here, I guess. I think that might be it for the game. Andrew is saying we could do a meetup for games and events in different cities, get local places to sponsor with food and drinks, radio stations like so. Yeah, we could. It's just a matter of like how would it be doable or feasible. Obviously, the patrons can help by supporting it financially and connecting us. I'd be down to do that. I can't go to every single game because I have to cover it too, but we can figure things out in regards to. I thought about it because one of the viewers DM'd us to talk about the Patreon and how it can help grow the community and maybe get us more involved with each other. And I was like, I'm down. I'm down whatsoever. And the shit show's over, as they said here in the chat. The game is over. How does this loss affect Berhalter's legacy? It doesn't because no one cares. The United States loses to Slovenia 1-0 with a bunch of MLS-based players, and Slovenia brings a bunch of players that play from the Slovenian league and Danish league. Doesn't matter. Not really. I think Esmir Bajakovic, whatever his name is, was a positive. 18-year-old, talented lefty winger, and I thought he showed flashes of talent. Now, take the competition with a grain of salt, but the player profile is there. He's a technical player, doesn't rely on athleticism. Soccer IQ looks high. Besides that, I saw some flashes of talent from Diego Luna. Outside of that, most players looked pretty mediocre. Our goalkeeper, Patrick Schultz, looked competent, and he's very young, so that's a positive. Outside of that, there's not much more to talk about. Everyone, I'll try to brainstorm ideas for the Patreon. I don't know if we're going to start. I have to talk with Dustin, but we'll think of something. And if people get behind it, maybe we'll do a post on the community tab here on YouTube, and you can all put suggestions in. Maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it. If that helps grow the community and we can all have fun together and it's worth everyone's time and money, let's do it. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'm going to go work on the USMNT abroad episode now. We'll release the episode on Monday, and that's it. Ciao.